Hello, you're welcome to Australia Immigration Info, where I share with you different pathways you can use to relocate to Australia with your family. If you're new here, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're my subscriber already, thank you. I really appreciate your support. And if you're yet to join this family, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button down below and turn on your notification bell so that whenever I post any video, YouTube can recommend it to you, and you can quickly access those information and put them to use and to benefit you in this journey of immigrating to Australia. Now, without further ado, let's move into today's topic. Today's topic is an interesting one: 6 easiest states in Australia to get a PR. And today we'll just concentrate on the eligibility requirements for each of the 6 states so that I can get your mind prepared for the requirements and you'll be able to decide on which of the states you want to go through. And because I wouldn't want the video to be too long, so we'll just limit it to that today. And I'll be beginning a series. Okay, this series had already begun today, so the next time I post a video will be taking the state one after the other and I'll give you an explicit step-by-step process on how to apply for each of the states, so that I don't want to get you confused. If I pack everything in a video, you might get confused. So we'll be picking each of the states one after the other, so that I will now explain the requirements and everything you need to know about the PR of each of the states, and the process, the step-by-step process on how you can begin your application. So that's what we'll be doing. So without wasting much of your time, let's go into today's points. So I'll be giving you the benefit of becoming a permanent resident in Australia to start with, and one of it is you are eligible to apply for government jobs in Australia. So if you are a permanent resident in Australia, you'll be eligible to apply for various employment opportunities, including different government sectors. Then number 2 is you qualify for social securities, that ensures financial support during unforeseen circumstances, and even your overall well-being will be taken care of as a permanent resident in Australia. Number 3 is you have the freedom to live and travel anywhere in Australia. And number 4 is you have access to pursue higher education and apply for education loans. So if you want to further your education, it will be easier for you because you now have a PR and you'll be able to get access to different educational loans. Then number 5, you have the ability to sponsor your relatives, your eligible relatives. It will be easier for you to bring your siblings, your family members. So, and number 6 is you can travel to New Zealand and apply for a visa there. So if you like to move to New Zealand, it's going to be very easy for you to do that. So without wasting much of your time, let me begin to mention the 6 states and tell you the eligibility criteria or requirement for each of the states, so that you can get started with compiling your documents and all of that. So the first state on my list is Tasmania. Tasmania is a small island located south of mainland Australia. It is known for its stunning natural beauty, unique wildlife, and high-quality produce. Tasmania is known for its favorable immigration policies and ample opportunities for skilled workers, making it one of the easiest places to immigrate to in Australia. So what are the eligibility requirements for the state nomination for Tasmania? You must be under 45 years old. So I'm sorry, if you're older than 45 years old, you can't apply. Then you must choose an occupation from the list of state eligible skilled occupation. So I'm going to try to put the link to the list, skilled occupation list for Tasmania, right in the description box, so that you can check through and see if your occupation is there. Then number 3 requirement is to you must obtain a valid and positive skilled assessment for your chosen occupation. In one of the recent video that I did, I took time to explain the process for applying for skills assessment for teachers in that video, and that's majorly for teachers, because in Australia we have different assessment authorities for different occupations. So as a nurse, you have your own different assessing body. A teacher cannot, assess its qualification with nurses assessing body. So different occupation with their own different recognized assessing bodies. So I took my time to explain the process for teachers in that video. But if your occupation is different from teaching, you can let me know in the comment section. Probably I could just give you the link to your own assessing authority, so that from there you go to their website and get the necessary requirement for getting your credentials assessed, because it is very important in your journey, in your PR journey. You must get a positive skills assessment, except you are not relocating to Australia on skilled occupation. If it's just a menial job like cleaner and all of that. But if it is a skilled occupation, you must get your skills assessment before you can proceed with your PR application. So let me know in the comment section your occupation, so that I'll be able to drop the link to your assessing body, recognized assessing body for your occupation in Australia. That being said, let's move on. So the next requirement is you must demonstrate at least competency in English language proficiency. So you have to write IELTS if you want to move to Tasmania to get, on a PR. Then the last requirement is you must accumulate at least 65 points on the Department of Home Affairs point test. This is more or less like, if you're familiar with Canada Express entry, it's a point-based system. So this is equally a point-based system where you have different points for your education, your experience and all of that. The minimum point requirement is 65. You must have 65. If you would need me to make another video, and you want us to calculate these points together, you want me to take you through how to calculate your points and arrive at, okay, what point are you? Let me know in the description, in the comment section, if I should do a video on how to calculate your points, so that you know where you stand and you know your chances. Although I would definitely advise you to aspire more than 65 points, because some other people may have 75, 85, 95 thereabout, and just like Canada Express entry, they will pick from the highest until they exhaust the number of people they require for that particular round. So you must aspire to get more points. So that's all about Tasmania. In the next series, I told you I will now explain further how you begin the process step by step till the end. So let's move on to the second state, which is South Australia. South Australia is a state located in the southern central part of the country. It is known for its wide region, stunning coastline, and vibrant city of Adelaide. The South Australian government offers different types of visa pathways that lead to PR. And so what are the eligibility requirements for their state nomination? You must also check the South Australian skilled occupation list. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to check the skilled occupation list to see if your occupation is right on that list. So more also, I'm going to drop the link to the occupation list, skilled occupation list for South Australia. I'm going to also drop it in the description box of this video. So the second one is you need to gather your necessary documents, for the state nomination. Is almost as the same as Tasmania. Then you have to submit a registration of interest. You have to signify, just like expression of interest, that okay, I want to live in South Australia, and you just submit that. I said in the next series I'll take you through that journey. So I don't want this video to be too long. Let's move to the next state. The next state on our list is New South Wales. New South Wales is a state located on the east coast of the country. It is known for its iconic landmarks such as the Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge. New South Wales is one of the best regional areas in Australia for PR. So New South Wales employs a selection-based invitation approach to ensure that its nominees match the state's economic skill requirements. You need to create an EOI, that is an expression of interest in Skill Select, and wait for an ITA to apply for New South Wales nomination. So with this, you need to, fill out an expression of interest form, and after that you wait for them to invite you to apply. Then you can proceed with your visa processes. So what are the eligibility requirements for New South Wales? You have to fulfill all Home Affairs visa prerequisites. I told you in the next series, we'll go through all that. And then you need to possess expertise in an occupation. So in your own occupation, you must show them that you are an expert. You also need to via your skills assessment. Then you must reside, or you must prepare to reside in New South Wales at least for a number of years, for at least maybe for a number of years before you can move out. Then you must submit, okay, I've said that earlier, you must submit an expression of interest. So these are all you need. But in the next series, I'll break it down for you. Then let's move to the fourth state, which is Victoria. Victoria, it offers permanent residency to skilled migrants. Prior to applying for the visa, you need a nomination from Victoria. So Victoria must nominate you. They must give you an ITA before you can apply for your visa. So Victoria is saying, I think Victoria need a lot of people. So they are saying if you have qualifications in Victoria fast track nomination occupations, there are some occupations that Victoria has nominated as a fast track. Probably they have shortage, they have shortage of employees in those occupations, and they need foreigners to fill in. So those ones, they give them a fast track nomination, and you meet the minimum visa requirement. That option is available. So we'll go through that explicitly when we get into the other series in the next video. So I will also give you the list of the occupation that are eligible for the fast track nomination. So if your occupation is in this fast track nomination, in the list of this occupation, then I would want you to please take it serious, because that means they will give you priority over other occupations, because that means they need those occupations as soon as possible, and that's why they are taking you on a fast track journey. So what are the eligibility requirements for Victoria? You must demonstrate a commitment to residing in Victoria. You must let them know that you will not get into Australia and go to another state or region. You will live for a number of years in Victoria. Then you must complete your registration of interest. That's like an expression of interest that you want to proceed with their PR. Then you must be below 45 years of age. If you are 45 and above, it's not suitable for you. Then you must also show your English language proficiency. Pardon me. Then you must also hold a valid skills assessment for an occupation list listed on the eligible skilled occupation list for this visa. Also, you must score a minimum of 65 points on the Australian government point test based on your expression of interest in skill select. So it's more or less the same for each of these states. The requirement is more or less the same, and basically you, well, let me complete it soon. I will now give you like an overall requirement for for the states. So the fifth state is Queensland. Queensland is referred to as the Sunshine State, and Queensland stands as Australia's most diverse state, offering an array of major cities to choose from. So you can, okay, let's view the eligibility requirement for the state nomination for Queensland. It's also more or less the same. You must be below 45 years of age. You must attain, at least competent English proficiency. You must score a minimum of 65 points on the Australia government point test based on your expression of interest. Also, you must express interest. Then you must score about 65 points and above. Then you are eligible if you have no history of visa cancellation or rejection. They are saying that if they had already rejected your visa application, then you might not be considered. But if your record is clean, you're free to apply. So you must meet their health and character requirements. So that's all for Queens. Let's go to the last but not the least, Western Australia. Western Australia is the largest state in Australia, also providing numerous visa options that offer relatively accessible pathways to permanent residency. And compared to other states, the competition for PR in Western Australia is less intense, potentially increasing your chances of successful PR application in this region. So you see that Western Australia, there are lesser competition. So what are the eligibility requirements for your state nomination? Also, you must be below 45 years of age. You must have competency in English language. You must score a minimum of 65 points on the Australian government point test based on your expression of interest in skill select. Sorry. You are eligible. I'm trying to rush it because the video is getting long. You are eligible if you have no history of visa cancellation. Also, then you meet health. If you meet their health and character requirements, then you are good to go. So that's basically where I'll be stopping for today. I don't want the video to get too long. So now you understand the basic requirement for each of these states. So by the next time we meet, we'll take each of these states one after the other, and we go through the step-by-step process of applying the documents you need, and everything you need to get started for the PR process for each of the states. And from the expression of interest to your skills assessment, everything will be explained thoroughly. And that will bring us to the end of this video today. So look forward to the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for standing by. Bye for now.